everyone, it's Ashley and today I am bringing you my May wrap-up. This is actually going to probably be my biggest wrap-up ever in the history of my personal booktube. I'm sure that there are tons of other booktubers who read more than this per month, but it's just very unlike me to read this many books. In the month of May, I read a total of 13 things, consisting of 6 books and 7 graphic novels. That is by far, I think, the best reading month I have had in a very, very, very long time. So I'm excited to show you guys everything that I read and kind of give you a brief, very, very brief understanding of why I liked or didn't like them and the ratings that I gave them. I'm going to try to do reviews for a few of them so that you can get more in-depth. Don't forget that if you want to, comment down below and let me know if you actually want a specific review from one of these books, because I will try to do that. I make no promises, but I will try. I'm not going to show you the books in the order that I read them because I don't remember what order I read them in and I'm too lazy to look it up on Goodreads, so I'm just going to show you books as I pick them up. So first we have the first 3 volumes of IZombie. So the first volume, IZombie, the second volume, IZombie, You Vampire, and the third volume, IZombie, 6 Feet Under and Rising. This is by Chris Robertson and Michael Alfred, no, Alred, not Alfred, I lied. Batman on the brain. So I loved these. I adored them. They are not really like the show if you watch iZombie. This one actually has like terriers, as in like werewolves that are terriers instead of wolves. I'm sorry, I really like this series and it's really funny. And ghosts and and vampires obviously, and like a lot more than the show does. It keeps the same idea that you get the memories of the person when you eat their brains as a zombie, but it just goes so much further, and these are really, really funny. They like spoof the whole genre and I'm really liking them. I'm going to read the 4th and final volume next month, but I really like these ones. I think I gave all of them either 4 or 4.5 out of 5s. Something along that line. I also read 99 Days by Katie Cotugno. I really, really liked this book. A lot of people kind of gave it a lot of slack because it does involve some infidelity issues, but I really, really liked it. I felt that the book dealt with those issues really, really well, and I think that the whole point of the book was to kind of show people that, like, we as humans make mistakes. It happens. The best of us are going to make some pretty terrible mistakes, but that doesn't make us bad people. It just makes us people who made mistakes. And I think that this was just a really, really good coming-of-age novel, pre-college, and I really, really liked it. I didn't really feel that the main character was, like, she was trying to figure out what she wanted, and I really liked it. And I think I gave this a 4.5, no, I gave it a 4 out of 5, I think. Maybe a 4.5 out of 5. I remember really, really liking it. And I really like Katie's writing style. I loved her previous book, How to Love. So I'm excited to see what more she has up her sleeves for us as readers, because, yeah. Also, this book, let's just talk about how pretty this book is without the slipcover. So one, it looks like that without the slipcover on the front. And then that's what it looks like on the inside. Can all books look this pretty, please? Then I read Things We Know by Heart by Jessie Kirby. I really liked this. I felt like it was going to be kind of cheesy, or kind of like, I don't know, like overly cheesy. Like going into it I knew it was going to be kind of cheesy, but I felt like it did a really good job of just being a really quick, awesome, kind of cliched, cheesy YA novel, and sometimes that's what you want. I think I gave this, again, a 4 or a 4.5 out of 5. I really, really liked it. You know what? I might have given it a 3.5. Simply because at the very, very beginning of it, it was kind of repetitious. But I don't know. I can't remember now. I'll try to leave it linked down below with my rating and everything. But this is about a girl whose boyfriend passes away, and he donates his family donates all of his organs, and she's trying to track down the organ donors to kind of like get closure because she just can't move on. And she's contacted almost all the donors except for the person who received his heart. That person will not contact her back or let her contact him, and so she kind of finds him on her own accord, but then starts falling for him. So yeah, I gave this like a 3.5, 4, I don't remember. Next, I read Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider. This is not the final cover, this is an ARC copy of this. The final cover is actually gorgeous. If you want to check it out, I will definitely leave a link to that one down below because I would cover buy this book without even knowing what it's about because the cover's so pretty. This is sick lit, as The Fault in Our Stars is. That's like a, I don't know if I necessarily like that terminology, but it's something that's been used a lot in the industry lately. It's about a group of kids in a world that is supposed to be like our world, but there is a strain of tuberculosis that is incurable, which is not realistic, just for clarity. And they get kind of sent to a sanitarium, which is kind of like a, you know, hospital that is also kind of like a school. I really liked this. It reminded me a lot of Looking for Alaska, just like the private school-esque-ness of it. And the girl character was not Alaska Young, but she was very Alaska Young-esque. And it was a really good coming-of-age novel that incorporated a lot of romance and just like growing up, but also some sickness. Oh, and I think I gave this a 4.5 out of 5, if not a 4 out of 5. I also read Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. I gave this a, you know what, I think I might just make it a 5 out of 5. I think I gave it a 4.5 out of 5, but looking back, I think it deserves a 5 out of 5. My puppy is losing her mind. Remy! Remy! Hi! Wanna say hi, Tucky? Wanna say hi? This is Tucker. He is my Shih Tzu Poodle, well, my family's Shih Tzu Poodle. We have 2 Shih Tzu Poodles, but the other one is definitely not going to come to the camera because we got a husky puppy and our other dog, Mo, is terrified of her. And Tucker is not. Hey, Tuck, you're not, eh? Where's Remy? Where's Remy? Say hi, Remy. Hi. Oh, I know. This is Remy. She's our husky puppy. Soon she's going to be way too big to pick up. Hey? So yes, I think I would give this a 5 out of 5, if not a 4.5 out of 5. I really liked it. Antiheroes, what is a hero? What is a villain? What is anything? I really liked this. It has a really quirky female main character, and it does a really good job of kind of explaining that sometimes heroes aren't heroes just because we label them as heroes, and sometimes villains aren't villains just because we label them as villains. I also read Lock and Key Volume 2. Hey! I also read Lock and Key Volume 2 by Joe Hill. This is based off of H.P. Lovecraft. I am really liking this series a lot. This was definitely... Remy! This was definitely a 4.5 out of 5. I also read The Amazing Spider-Man, Edge of SpiderVerse. This is a graphic novel. I had already read a few of the comics from in here. I read the Gwen Stacy one a long time ago. I gave this a 3.5 out of 5. I was surprised by that. 3 of them I adored. They were 5 out of 5s, but the ones that weren't 5 out of 5s ended up getting like 2s out of 5s. I was not a fan. There's one specific volume in here, or issue in here, that I like really didn't like. So, yeah. And the last graphic novel that I read in the month of May was Deadly Class by Remender, Craig, and Lou Ridge. I really liked this. I feel like the hype around this gave me like a really high expectation. Like, it was really good, but I feel like it ended up getting 4 out of 5 for me, and I think it's just because the hype was so high. But I really liked it, and I'm really excited to keep going with this series. I love that it's set in the 80s. I don't like that they hate John Hughes, but I love that it's set in the 80s, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see what happens to all the characters, so I'm definitely going to pick up Volume 2. And next we have Just One Year by Gail Foreman. This was on my unfinished books list. I will leave that video linked down below. It was all the books that I started in 2014 but didn't finish, but want to finish. I finally finished this and I loved it. I don't know why it took me so long to finish it. I think it was just, it got really hard for me to get into Willem's story for some reason. I don't really know. But I ended up loving it. I loved everything about it. I adore Willem, and I wanted to read Just One Night right away. I did actually read Just One Night, but I read it in the month of June, so it will be in my June wrap-up. But yes, I really liked this. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It took me so long to read that I might have given it a 3.5 because the beginning was really hard to get into, but once I got into it, I was hooked. It just took me a really long time to get hooked. And the 12th book that I read this month is Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan. I loved this book. I feel like I rated it a 4.5 out of 5, but I feel like it actually deserves a 5 out of 5. Their writing style together and alone really, but really like together as a unit, these two authors, it's just undeniably amazing. I loved this. The movie for Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist is to this day one of my favorites. I love it so much. I don't know why it took me so long to read the book, but it was like the quickest book to read. It's so small. And I loved it. I loved how like open and real the authors get, and I found that Dash and Lily's Infinite Playlist was also very much so like that. But like there's a lot of swearing, but there's a lot of like just, it felt real. It felt like something that teenage / college aged people would actually feel in this kind of situation, and sometimes I feel books don't do that, and I felt that this did it really well. So yes, amazing. I love this book. I need to read Naomi and Eli's No Kiss List, which I think is the only book by these two together collectively that I have not read, so I need to get on that soon. And the 13th and final book that I read in the month of May was More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. This is an art copy that Soho Press sent me, and this book, I don't know why I put off reading it for so long. I've actually had it for a few months. I think it was because I wanted to wait until like the book was about to be released to read it, which I did. It is currently out for those of you who are wondering, but I adore this book. The back of it describes it as the eternal sunshine of the spotless mind meets Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. And I think that is actually like a really accurate description. I will say that the blurb on the back of the book spoils part of the novel that I think you would actually enjoy the book more if you didn't know that spoiler. So yes, I actually did a non-spoilery review for this that I will leave linked down below for you, so I won't really describe it for you guys, but I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I adored this book. The main reason it didn't get 5 out of 5 was because the back blurb gives away one of the major plot lines, and I feel like I would have given it a 5 out of 5 had that plot line not been ruined for me. So it just, nothing to do with the writing or the book itself. I loved it. And I cannot wait to read every single thing that Adam Silvera writes ever, because the writing was just phenomenal. So that is my May wrap up. This is just crazy. If June is anything like this, I will be so proud of myself. If you have read or want to read any of these books, comment down below and let me know. Always tell me what you guys read in the month of May, or any month for that matter. And other than that, I will see you guys soon with another video. Happy reading. Bye!